It was my actually second to last day, so we were working on training a guy to take my position.
I was at work. Actually, I was sitting in a restaurant in Champaign, eating lunch when I got the phone call from his mom.
We were short-staffed today, so I ended up jumping in the truck just to keep ahead of the sprayers.
Sprayer pulled in, Cody went to load him. As the operator unfolded the sprayer booms, he unfolded into the power line, and as he was doing that, Cody hit an alligator clamp to load the sprayer and took 7,400 volts.
I assumed right away that he would probably lose one, if not two limbs and digits, so that he presented in a very severe manner.
His hand was charred in a flex position. His elbow was held in a flex position. This was his entrance wound. He had a number of exit wounds, including his bilateral feet and his head.
You know, the higher voltage with electrical injuries, the more likely internal injuries will be. Externally, there are things that happen and that you can see. However, an immense amount of the damage is internal.
Our goal was to get rid of the tissue that was destroyed and to maximize, one, his life, to make sure that he didn't die from the injury, to make sure that his kidneys didn't suffer a severe insult from the amount of muscle damage that was done, and to get him to be as functional as possible.
In the United States, approximately 1,000 people are killed each year from an electrical incident, and upwards of 30,000 are injured. The key to prevention is to, first of all, know where the hazards are and be aware of the environment. A lot of these injuries are preventable. If we just slow down, we realize the capacity for an electrical hazard, and we're aware of where those are and stay away from them.
As farmers, a lot of times it's multi-generational that we've stayed on the family farm. Grandpa was never in a safety meeting. Dad was never in a safety meeting. So now the son that's taken over, he was never in a safety meeting. And on the farm, I think we take too much of that for granted, that everybody knows what to do.
Daily meetings of reminding where the hazards are, orientations for new workers, safety trainings for new workers are all really recommended.
If you're in any type of a vehicle and that wire comes in contact with the vehicle, whether it's a crane, whether it's a piece of farm equipment, your pickup truck, that vehicle could be energized and you would not know it because you can't hear, feel, or smell the electricity. And right now, the rubber tires could be giving it a resistance to going to ground. In other words, it can't flow yet past that clean, dry rubber tire. But yet when your moist body takes one step from the platform down to the ground, you're that path, and it will take it at the speed of light.
The other reason we would really advise somebody leave a cab if they have hit a overhead power line is if the cab or the piece of equipment is on fire. And in that instance, it's recommended that the individual make a clean jump from the piece of equipment. That means both feet and arms jumping from the equipment all at the same time, not stepping down and allowing yourself to be part of the electrical current to ground.
You cannot step off of that piece of equipment. You must jump free and clear. The best way is to land with your feet together and bunny hop as far away as possible.
It'll be seared into my brain for my life, I think. Walking around the corner and seeing him and thinking how small he looked.
There are some times talking with Bailey that I just was trying to figure out what happened. Why did they take my leg? Or they thought it would just be my thumb and index finger they'd have to take, and the pinky. Tissue was actively still dying over the course of 2 weeks, so they just kind of kept moving up.
What they were able to do and salvage and give Cody in terms of quality of life is just amazing. And we knew life wasn't going to be the same. The normal before was not going to be the normal after.
He was in the burn intensive care unit for weeks. He underwent over a half a dozen surgeries, a lot of them reconstructive. Overall, he did excellent, which I attribute to his perseverance, his strength as an individual, and how hard he fought.
Just driving around during the spring and fall, watching sprayer operators operate, or the fertilizer trucks with the auger sticking out close to power lines. I mean, pay attention a little more. Just keep an eye on your surroundings. Just take that extra second to look at things